full of liquor, then we die. In it, pull him to the side, let me slide. In it.
Well, hello guys, and welcome to part 2. As you can see, we are heading to Malindi, and we opted to use the coach because the first time I used it I had a really bad experience, but I said why not, let's try again. We arrived at our cottage, which we booked via Airbnb, and let me tell you guys, kila kitu unaona kwa Airbnb mkiona inameremeta, tafadhali don't book. But you could be lucky and get a really good place, but we were not lucky. The place was not up to par at all. The bike outside wasn't working. The table outside was really dirty. The living space was really dirty. I love the painting though. The kitchen is another story that I do not even want to get into. So the table where the microwave is dirty. The fridge itself, that one was ilikuwa off, so we had to turn it on when we got there, which I didn't understand. On top, like, all the surface areas were not clean. Your stove haikuwa clean. Na hii ingine pia, it wasn't clean, even had mold in it. The bedrooms were okay-ish. The beds were squeaking. The mattress, guy, mungu sijui tuanzie wapi. Ilikuwa it wasn't even cleaned properly, but sijui tuanzie wapi. We even had to ask the maintenance people to come and like sort something out, like it wasn't giving at all, and we were not lucky. Like the whole thing, it was okay. The white sheets were not cleaned. So we slept, and this is me after we woke up, and I decided I'm not going to allow you guys to hear the voice because the voice was not giving. So after kuambia what was happening, nikaenda kwa swimming area. It wasn't cleaned, akigai. Honestly, it feels like I'm complaining, but this is exactly what we were going through. The pool was dirty. It was dirty. We asked the maintenance guy to clean. They were like, oh yeah, within 2 hours we'll clean it, but they didn't. So ikabidi tu tuende kwa beach. When I say it's hot, it's freaking hot, man. I barely sweat, right? Wherever I'm going, I barely sweat. But this place, imenifanya ni sweat kabisa. But now we're going to the beach. Malindi Marine Protected Area. So this place is a protected area, and as the name suggested, it does open from around 9 and closes from around 6. There was no plastic. It was clear water, very clean beach, and very quiet as well, which was very surprisingly. After the beach, we had to use the tuk-tuk because of the heat, and I could not be bothered to walk. Tukarudi kwa cottage, we got ready, and we were taken out to a tour. It wasn't a full tour because we were doing some other businesses, but this was a tiny bit of Malindi town. It's quite a very relatively small town. I would compare it to where I'm from, but it was really beautiful. The weather, the aromas of food while you're walking, man, talking now or doing this voiceover, it's making me miss the area. The place we were going, we saw this red soil, and I think they were doing some constructing water pipes. After our little tour, we went to a local restaurant. We had food. I had biryani and some, I think, chutney. And then that was it for the day. When we tukarudi kwa hoteli, rather Airbnb, to beach, the pool wasn't even cleaned. Anyway, so after 2 hours, next day, we decided just to chill for a bit. That was me just enjoying the breeze, the morning heat. Because it was humid. It's a really bad humid if you're not used to it. We made breakfast. My family rather aunties, they were making breakfast in the kitchen. So we had to clean the kitchen, and we even had to ask the maintenance lady to come and clean the whole place because I wasn't satisfied. Like, there's no way you guys are going to give us a place that's not clean. I had our tea and mandazi. My love for mandazi is on another level. I'm currently tweaking the mandazi that I'm making. So after eating, we went back to the marine protected area because it was just a walking distance from the beach anyway. So yeah, that was us walking. And told my aunt to take a video of me anyway. So for the content, content ni lazima. After enjoying the swim, we came back to the B&B, got ready, and we headed out to Swahili front or some sort of that. We ate madondo, beans, and chapati. This thing slapped. Like there's no other. Others had their biryani and rice, and others had pilau. So behind the restaurant, there's this fishing port, which is like a walkway to Vasco da Gama Pillar. Like there's 2 different ways that you can get to the Vasco da Gama Pillar. Entrance fee is about 200 Kenyan shillings, which is about £1 and £1.50. And I think it's Portuguese colonizers. Yeah. There's no tour guide, so you have to just do what you've got, do your own thing. You take pictures, walk around, because there's nothing else to see apart from that pillar, and that's it, and some other constructions that were there when they were doing their trade and stuff. So you get to enjoy the breeze and just think of what took place during that time. Ended up taking this beautiful picture, rather video, with the rainbow, because at the far distance it was raining. So we went to town, and then we ended up going back home using motorcycle, because the mode of transport in Malindi is either tuk-tuks or motorcycles, and I fear both of them. What? Next day, we went back to the same restaurant, Seafront, and then we did some tourist stuff. We went to Falconry of Kenya, where they've got different species that they do show you, such as the snakes, the crocodiles, different types of crocodiles, and the turtle and other bits as well. This turtle was so old, and she's lived her life. I think this was about more than 100 years old, and I was a bit scared to touch it, but the skin on the turtle was a bit coarse and it was very warm. So I wonder how they live with that thing on their back, but I guess that's part of their body, and I think it's part of their bone system and stuff, and rather structure. So they also have this type of crocodiles. I think this is the African crocodile. At this point, they were making their own babies. And then we have the different types of owl, which I did learn that day. I never imagined that we have so many different type of owls and different type of birds, vultures and stuff. I am against people holding or keeping animals in cages and doing such things for entertainment, but I do get like we have to learn about them, but then it doesn't have to get to this point like we cage them 24/7. Just let them go, and then they will come back, because once you train an animal, they will always know where home is every single day. So they'll go and come back after their own inetagwaje wameenda kutafuta chakula, and then they come back. So yeah, like I said, you learn different type of owls. I was even shocked to see so many small, big, thin, slim, some that see at night, some that don't see at night. And so it's marvelous. And then we had this type of turtles. They were so tiny. On this video, I had to zoom in. And then we had this other type of turtles, which were different from the first 2 that I've shown you. So yeah, they've got so many things. Then we have these Nile crocodiles, Nile or Florida, Nile crocodiles. So those were the kids, and then you see the mom and dad on the other end, which was amazing to see them. And and this another type of crocodiles as well. So yeah, it's worthwhile your money, and you get to support local businesses and local talent as well. So yeah, after that, we went to Mamburi Sand Dunes, and this place was so beautiful. Like, it's just sand dunes, and you see like buildings, people who try to build there, and of course it's sand dunes, so you can't build anything. It looked hot, but the sand itself was really cool. It was very, very cool. So it is okay for you to walk bare feet if you want. And those are the type of ruins that they've got. And then you've got these houses that were built, and you're literally standing on top of the roof. So waste of money and waste of time. Straight after that, we went to Marafa Hell's Kitchen. Another recommendation, honestly, you could never get a better deal than to go to all these places. And please go to Marafa when it's a bit later during the day, so you don't get that scorching heat. Even the name itself is quite hot during the day, like Hell's Kitchen explains itself. So
currently at Hell's Kitchen, and it's beautifully, amazingly, sorry, I don't even know what to say. It's really, really beautiful. We are going to explore it. Next week to the tour guide is the one holding the camera, and yes, I'll take you around. I would recommend for anybody that comes to Kenya to come to Malindi and try Hell's Kitchen Marafa. So yes.
You make it real.
would love to mention is please wear comfortable shoes, because the amount of walking and climbing and whatnot you'll be doing, please wear comfort shoes. And then those two couples at the front, man, they pissed me off, shall I say, beyond pissed me off. Hey, Wakenya sijui tulikosea wapi, sijui why we allow these people the strength. Anyway, so like I said, there's a lot of hiking, climbing, and some places where you can even fall. So please wear like hiking shoes and make sure you're very careful whilst you're going up and down. But all in all, would definitely recommend Marafa. We decided after the hike, so we went and sat down. We wait for the sunset, but obviously we didn't get to see the sunset. This is what we seen, and it's still something, and it's still beautiful, So yeah, definitely go there and enjoy yourselves. Next day, man, tumefanya vitu nyingi 7 days in Malindi. Went back to the same beach, and this time I think it was a Saturday or a Friday. There was a lot of people there, and I ended up seeing one of the beach boys. Alikuwa anakaa vizuri anyway, but so alikuwa ananisaidia swim so that I don't sink, because everyone else was doing their own thing, and I was like, let me use the help that's there. And obviously I didn't pay him, but it'd be best if you give them something for them to either take it home or whatnot. So yeah, then to Karudi, Nairobi. This is Eastleigh. Went and was looking for something, obviously got it, and was satisfied. Next day, I think this was a Saturday, I seen this place in TikTok called All Support Lodge. It's like a resort? Shall I say it's a resort? But it's got really tight security. Once you get in, go to the reception, pick whatever you want to pick, pay for it, or if you've paid beforehand, then they'll give you a wristband. Someone will show you around. They'll take you to the ladies' room, which was down here, and this was like a major river. I forgot what it was. You have 2 swimming pools, one for kids and one for adults. Obviously for the adults, it wasn't that deep because that was us standing. And like I said, you prefer to be sick of me because now I know how to swim. And this was just me rather trying my, techniques. Tukaorder chakula, but most of the food that was there hawakukuwa nayo, typical Kenya. And yeah, this was just enjoying the sundown. It wasn't as hot as it has been previously on the few days or the weeks that I've been there. And yeah, that was it for my trip. And I hope you guys have enjoyed. Bye.